Hello, good morning. Ooh, my voice. Goodness. Okay, my mic is correct. I was messing around in OBS and I panicked yesterday because I was like, why does my mic sound so bad? And I was like going through all my filters and stuff, and then I realized it had set itself to like my headphone mic instead of my good mic. And luckily I realized before I messed up with like too many filters. That's a relief. But yeah, hi, good morning, welcome. I hope everyone had a lovely weekend. Oh, my voice is too loud. Is that better? Hello, hello. Tech just won't work, huh? I mean, it's kind of the story of my life at this point. I'm still figuring stuff out. Yeah, I have, but yeah, no, I wanted to, change a few things, in OBS, and, what was I gonna say? Yeah, basically, I was just messing around in OBS, because I'm still figuring my shit out, right? I only just started, and, like, I have some decent experience making videos and stuff, and, like, speaking on camera, but when it comes to streaming and the whole VTubing thing, I'm very new to that. So, I'm doing my best to be patient with myself. Also, I can't help but notice that my eyes are uneven, and I'm not really sure why. I'm not sure if it has been like that up to this point, because I haven't noticed until now, and I didn't update my model between now and last week. So I'm a little confused about that one. I might actually make a note about that. Uneven. Yeah, we got some different background music for today. Figured some nice, chill, cafe style music would be nice for a Monday morning. And yeah, nice hoodie though, thank you. Yeah, I have a few different hoodies. I wanted to make this one for cruelty. What's really fun is because it's so easy for me to kind of just like, because I have like a template for things like hoodies, I can kind of just like tweak the design a little bit and make a completely different hoodie essentially. I figured it would be a fun way to test out like potential new merch, maybe. And I want to work on like maybe like a tank top version or a t-shirt version as well, because then I can kind of like virtually try on the designs essentially and just see how I feel about it. I really like this one. I think it's kind of cool. I was considering like maybe having this on the back instead, because I'm a really big fan of like more discreet merch. And so having this on the front, I'm kind of like eh, but I was like, if I had maybe like something small on the upper left chest on the front and then have this design on the back, I think would be kind of cool. But yeah, I thought it would be a cool way to test run things. And also this is the model that I'm kind of prepping for playing Mad Father, and it started with the bows that I made, and I was like, oh, I think the cruelty sweater would be very fitting for this aesthetic, and as well as the game. So yeah, I wanted to put on a different outfit for today's stream, but I didn't have time. Yeah, And yeah, new wings as well. Let me see, maybe I can zoom out a little bit and show them off. Yeah, I got new wings. Did you do something on Halloween? Did I? No, I did not. Halloween. What day was Halloween again? I think I just slept. I think that was the day I crashed. Halloween was Friday. No, Saturday was the day that I crashed. I don't remember what I did on Friday. Yeah, one thing I really miss, because I don't live in a house anymore, and my building is specifically tailored for like adults. Like, we do like allow kids, but because like we're not allowed to say no to that, but like this building is like tailored for like quieter older adults. I am younger, but I've had exceptions made for me when it comes to this kind of thing. Actually, I had an exception. I didn't end up taking up their offer on it, but there's this company that owns some apartment buildings in town, and when, like, way back when I was looking for a place, I reached out to them and I was like, look, I'm looking for a place, but like I need like quiet, mature, responsible neighbors. Like, I can't be having neighbors that don't clean up after themselves, that blast music or have parties. Like, I'll be honest, like, I don't even want a neighbor who has a dog, because like people just let their fucking dogs bark all the time. Which, like, to be fair, they are dogs. Like, they are going to bark at least once or twice. I do not like that. And so I try to be understanding about that, but I just told them, I was like, my home is my sanctuary. I like it clean, quiet, and peaceful. And I was like, I know that, you know, you guys have senior designated buildings, which probably means that your non-senior buildings might be a little bit louder. Like, they might have college students or families with young children. And I was like, honestly, like, do you have any units available that just would be more up my alley? And they were like, honestly, if you want to move into one of our senior buildings, you can just do that, it's fine. Which is like, it's not that they were hurting for tenants or anything like that. In fact, like, most places are fully I was gonna say fully booked, but like, housing's very difficult to find nowadays. So it's not like they were hurting for tenants, but they were like, if you really just don't like noise and you want clean, mature neighbors, like, if that's the person you are, like, we can make an exception, it's fine. Yeah. Hello, sorry I'm late. What did I miss? Not much. Welcome. I've just been rambling about the fact that I've had exceptions made for me in the past for like renting in senior only buildings because I'm, I guess, an old soul, I suppose. I just prefer quieter, calmer living environments. But yeah, what else was I gonna say? I have a little list here. But you guys can probably see I did update like my background and stuff like that. I as much as I love the fire, I kind of want to stay maybe a little more on brand. And with this model, I just felt like the fire theme, it doesn't quite fit like what I'm going for. So I want to try this out instead. I think it's kind of cool. It's giving, like, I don't know what it's giving, but it's giving, and I like it. And yeah, let me see here. Mysterious vibes, yeah. Okay, so we have that, but then I wanted... Yeah, it won't let me show that. Display, capture, media source, no. Window capture, mayhaps? Oh yeah. I don't really like that, to be honest. I might just do... display capture. I might just do that. Display. Which one's my main one again? This one. Okay, this is gonna look super fucked for like 1 second. Oh my god. Transform. Fit to screen. Apologies for the scuff. I originally had this already set up, but when I was trying to figure out the whole like GPU issues that I was having last week, I ended up getting rid of the display capture, which ended up not being the issue, which is interesting. But, you know, we'll put that behind the border. Oh. Yeah, don't put that behind the border, actually. Put that in front. And then I will make a note to fucking fix that, too. Border layers. And dark gray. So yeah, I'm kind of just going over like things that have changed since last week. Nox is playing in the background. And things I want to do this week. I like this little ghost thing in the corner. Thank you. That's I call him Little Guy. I don't know why I call him that. That's the only name I could think of. Okay. Hold the fucking phone. I cannot. I have 3 monitors and yet not enough room to like see things properly. Cool. All right. Yep. Seems good. It reminded me of the Living Tombstone when I saw a sneak of it on Twitter. What reminded you of the Living Tombstone? I like that person. Is the Living Tombstone, is that still just one person or is that multiple dudes now? Will streams now always be an hour later? If you're in the UK, then yes. Yeah, because of the time zone changes. Oh my god. Mr. Man. He's so fucking cute. Oh my god. Yeah, because of time zone changes, yeah, there's like a 1 hour offset for like 1 week or 1 or 2 weeks out of the year. And so typically most of the year it'll be 7 AM in like UK time. But for Eastern time it's usually 2 AM. It's 4 dudes. 4 dudes now! Holy crap. I thought it was like 2, maybe. That's interesting. That's super cool. He reminded me of the Living Tombstone. Oh yeah? Okay, so one thing I've been really worried about, with this little, like, the little guy thing, is because his, like, skull design is so simplistic, I worry that, like, someone's already made it before. So I'm a little nervous. I've, like, tried to look into it. I've tried doing, like, image, like, reverse image search and stuff like that, and I haven't found anyone who, like, could be using it, or something similar to it, but I'm still nervous. So I guess he'll come with a little disclaimer that like if I happen to like find out that someone else already has a very similar design as part of their brand, and it was like before I made Little Guy, like Little Guy unfortunately might have to go. Unfortunately, because I don't even if it's accidental, like I don't want to impede on other people's already established brands, right? But hopefully he's here to stay, because I love Little Guy. He's adorable. Okay. I still have not made a coughing animation, but I have made an idle animation, so that way if I step away, it won't be as nightmarish, like my model. The only one I can think of are the Living Tombstone, but I don't think they care. I'm interested to see what you mean by that. Give me one sec. Oh yeah, so another thing, I have, I looked into the ad blocker thing. I looked into the ad blocker thing, and I realized that I have a plan with Norton for security, and it includes a private browser which comes with an ad blocker, which is super cool, and it comes with like a bunch of other stuff, but I'm not going to glaze them because I might actually potentially reach out to them and see if they're open to bringing on maybe like an affiliate, because I'm really happy with the plan that I have with them. I use it a lot especially when it comes to streaming and like content creation. And so I was thinking about maybe reaching out to them and see like if they're interested in paying me to glaze them, essentially. But I don't do free glazing, okay? Or at least I try not to. What was I gonna say? So, I haven't checked in on Living Tombstone in many years. I used to listen to them a lot. No, thank you. You said that there's like a skull. Oh, I see. Oh yeah, no, that's not the same. Yeah, so I'm not concerned about that. Like, they're both skulls, yes, they both have roundish vibes, but it's different designs. So like even like different shapes and stuff like that. So I'm not concerned about that at all. It's more like if, let's say they had this without the lightning bolt, and then the eyes maybe had like tears. Like if it was just a little bit closer, but they're not. So yeah, I'm not too concerned. Similar, but like not really. I guess maybe like they're both skulls. They both have rounded features. That's about where that ends. And that's not like if we're talking about stuff like copyright infringement, and we're talking about like brand, like overstepping someone's brand, this wouldn't qualify. I grew up around like a lot of lawyers and stuff, and specifically like lawyers that specialize in IP and copyright, trademarks, all that stuff. So I actually have pretty decent knowledge about stuff like that. And so yeah, this wouldn't be impeding. Like yeah, like you might look at Little Guy and think, oh, that kind of looks similar to Living Tombstone, but to impede on copyright, you would have to mistake it for the Living Tombstone, essentially. Like you would have to look at that and be like, oh, that's not Ivy Mare, that's Living Tombstone. That would be crossing into like copyright infringement, and I don't think it does that personally. But yeah, just similar. I tend to take legal stuff pretty seriously for no other reason other than I'm just genuinely very interested. in legal stuff. It's not necessarily like a hyperfixation of mine, but it's just it's been an interest of mine for like most of my life. But yeah, no, yeah, you know, you're totally in the clear. I just like I said, like I keep my eye out for any possible like instances where someone might have something similar, just in case, you know. It's good to do my due diligence. Let me see. Yeah, went over that. Ad blocker, yay. Yeah, affiliate. Oh yeah, the GPU overload thing. I did some tweaks in OBS to make things a little more GPU friendly. And then on top of that, I also had noticed that VTube Studio had released an update, which seems to be so much friendlier on my GPU. Like before, my GPU was sitting at like 80%, which is just bizarre. Like it's not normally like that at all. And now it's actually better than it was before. Probably because I made all of those other tweaks to be a bit more GPU friendly. So I'm very, very happy about that. And so, yeah. I did look at the VOD though, and it doesn't seem like I was actually lagging too much on your guys' end, which is interesting. Because my browser wasn't lagging, VTube Studio wasn't lagging, but I was looking at OBS, and I was lagging hardcore, and I was like, what is happening? And then I saw my GPU, and I was like, oh fuck. But no, like, seems like we're good. We're in the clear. Okay, so yeah, that got fixed. Update. Oh yeah, I'm gonna update. You know, the first thing that you guys usually see on the streams, the starting soon's PC doing PC things. Not even really, I guess, because like it wasn't my PC's fault technically. I mean, I guess you could blame it for having a shitty GPU, but that's kind of on me. The PC was doing exactly what it was supposed to be doing. It's just the like there was something about VTube Studio specifically that just randomly started chewing up all of my GPU. And I even ended up figuring that out last week, because after fiddling around in OBS, like it was still sky high, and so I turned off, like I shut down VTube Studio, and then I kept OBS open, and my GPU was fine. So yeah, there was clearly just something that they had to work out, and they were very quick about it, like impressively quick. So I'm very, very grateful for that. Yeah. So yeah, I wanted to update the starting soon scene with the music that plays in the very beginning. Hold on, I got a cough. But yeah, I want to update it with like my new model and new background, new theme, as well as adding the new music that I've released since I made that scene. So I want to do that this week. And yeah, the merch store is going to be getting a major overhaul. So this is just a heads up to you guys that not only will the limited edition merch be going away, but there's a lot of merch on there that I either just don't really vibe with anymore, or they just weren't popular enough, and I don't really want them like clogging up the store. So a bunch of stuff is going to be going away. I will be going through the store and basically taking note of what's going to go away, and then I'm going to give you guys a heads up, basically. Like I'm going to be like, okay, it's going to be like these things, and I'll give you guys like I guess like a date, I guess, from when that purge is going to happen. That way, like, because I would just feel so bad, like, if someone was in the process of saving up for something, and then they finally save up for it, and it's just gone forever. potentially. The limited edition, yeah, it will be gone forever. But the non-limited edition, like if y'all are gonna riot because I got rid of something, maybe I'll temporarily bring it back. But most of the stuff will just be like old model based merch, or stuff that just isn't really like vibing with the brand anymore, basically. But glad I snagged what I wanted already. Yeah. But the limited edition stuff, it's been up there for a while now. And I need to make room for new merch that I'd like to bring in. Yeah, speaking of which, I wanted to explore, because Fourth Wall does allow me to sell like merch from other places, but I think I just have to purchase it up front, which I don't particularly want to do. I don't know, but I'm very adverse to things like crowdfunding. Crowdfunding is just like, it feels like a huge risk to me. Maybe I need to learn more about it. I don't know. But it's, yeah, so, but there's a bunch of merch ideas. Absolutely love the Ivy Mare hoodie, by the way, wearing it pretty often. Oh, I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear you like it. Yeah, was that the limited edition Jester EP? Because I was really excited for that one. On the back end of things, on Fourth Wall, sellers have the opportunity to leave reviews on, I think so, yeah. Sellers have the ability to leave reviews on like which merch pieces they choose for their stores. And that particular sweater had glowing reviews. And so even though it was a little bit pricier in terms of production cost, like I really wanted to pick something really, really nice. And like from what I saw in the reviews, like the reviews for that particular hoodie were glowing. So I was really excited, and I'm really glad that you like it. So I might use that same style of hoodie in the future. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, there's like other merch stuff that I want to do that Fourth Wall just doesn't offer. And so I kind of want to look into that. I don't know if I'll have time to look into that this week, but I definitely want to do it at some point. But I like the idea because oftentimes I'm wearing this robe when I'm like just chilling, because it's very soft, it's very comfortable. It's like a long gray, very soft robe with like bunny ears. And I was like, you know, it'd be super cool if I had something like this, but with like a raccoon tail and little raccoon ears, and maybe like a little embroidered ivy on like on the front. I think that would be so nice. Like I would wear the fuck out of that every single day personally. And there's another piece of merch that sounds like heaven to wear. Yeah, I think it would be super cool. But that would be like some type of custom merch, and I'm not really sure how I would go about that. So I definitely want to look into it for sure. And like there's another piece of merch, without revealing too much because it has to do with a future release. It would be like an apron with some text and a design on it, and Fourth Wall does have aprons, but they charge up the freaking ass for them. Like the cost for these aprons on my end, it's not reasonable for that particular product being offered by them. So I would want to go maybe a different route for that. And yeah, like other ideas such as like a nice sweater design with like 3D elements, so like little wings on the back or something like that. I don't know. And I would like to have plushies at some point. I love the idea of turning just little guy's head into a plushie. I think he would make the cutest fucking plushie ever. I think, and even, like a little keychain plushie, I think would be so fucking cute. Like I would hang that on my bag, personally. I think that would be super cool. So that is something I want to look into. But yeah, fourth wall charges so much for production. Like, on one hand, I kind of get it. On the other hand, I don't love it. That would stay on my futon forever. Heck yeah, dude. Same, honestly. I would have one on my futon and one in my bed, and one dangling from my bag. Has something happened till now on the Reddit? There haven't been any updates on the Reddit, mostly because, like, the Reddit hasn't been super active. Do you mean the subreddit? Because there just hasn't been a lot of activity on the subreddit, and so it's like like managing a bunch of different platforms, it's a lot. And also sometimes I just feel like I'm being annoying when I post the same thing on like 3 different platforms. So like I really try to think, like when I go about things with the channel, I like to try and put myself in the shoes of someone who's interacting with the channel, whether they're a longtime fan or a new person. And no, I would say you probably haven't missed anything. The last update I put on there, I think, was giving people a heads up that 100 was coming out. That was basically it. Most of my updates right now are on YouTube and Twitter. And what was I gonna say? I got a cough again. No, I don't think it's annoying, just making sure everyone knows what's going on. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. I appreciate that understanding, because I'll post something on YouTube and then I'll copy paste it to Twitter, because it's like, okay, there's other people on Twitter that aren't checking posts on YouTube and vice versa. And then I get to the Reddit and I'm like, am I being annoying? And then like, I don't know, like I also think of myself as like, I try to put myself in the shoes of someone who doesn't interact with the channel, and like I look at like myself posting across all these platforms, and I'm just like, there's a small part of me that's just like, it's kind of cringe, bro. Like a little bit. And then I like it on both. Oh my goodness, I appreciate that. I don't know why my voice is so rough this morning. I have been having some lung issues lately. I think I'm falling into another whatchamacallit? Oh, forget. Flare up? Yeah, flare up. I think I'm having another flare up. I've been having other symptoms as well, which sucks. But yeah. So you'll have to excuse me if my voice is a little rough. If I get too quiet, let me know. I'm just trying to keep my voice low so I'm not straining. Yeah, so the next thing is my headphones are broken. And I've been trying really hard to find new headphones. But it's been very difficult because I am very difficult, and I'm reclining in my chair. I am very difficult and very picky, and also my budget is very difficult and very picky. So it's been very difficult to find decent headphones that are affordable. The ones that I had before, I got them on super sale. Although, you know what? Shit. Black Friday's coming up. Okay. That makes me feel a little bit better. I made that note to myself. Yeah. Talking I'm only like half here talking with friends about our move. Oh, yeah, no worries. Yeah, I mean, Mondays are mostly just me blabbing and drinking coffee. I figured it's a nice way to start off the week, in a very chill way, basically. And, but yeah, my headphones, they're broken. Mostly in the, like the headband part, but even still, like I was having issues with them anyways, with them being very uncomfortable with, like wearing them for a long time. It's a nice background to our convo via Discord. Oh, that's nice to hear. I appreciate that. Yeah, I hope your move goes well. Moving can be quite stressful, especially if you're coordinating with other people, so I hope everything goes very smoothly for you. But yeah, Black Friday, I'll check out some headphones, see if I can snag some. But yeah, the PC thing, my GPU's doing a little bit better. The issue is that like it's struggling, so like making music, that is on hold until I have headphones, like proper headphones. Like I have other headphones, but they're just, the quality just isn't good enough for, we're going up to Maine. Oh, neat. I've been to Maine once, and it was nice. I went to a Cracker Barrel. It was alright. I drove through Maine back when I was able to drive. I'm no longer allowed because I have a medical condition. And when my doctor found out I was driving, she was like, you're not supposed to be doing that. Please stop doing that. And I was like, oh, okay. But back when I did used to drive, I did a road trip out to Eastern Canada. And at one point we cut through Maine. And it was my turn driving. And I was fucking terrified because y'all have some seriously bizarre speed limits. Just saying. Holy shit. Y'all go so fast. And I was so scared. Now granted, I was still learning how to drive, so that definitely added to my fear. But holy shit. At one point I was just going so fast, and the person I was driving with was like, you need to drive the speed limit or you're going to get pulled over. Like, you have to drive the speed limit. It's not safe to not do that. And I was like, I don't think it's safe for me to drive the speed limit because I'm fucking terrified right now. I was also driving a manual for the first time as well. I was learning, like during this road trip was me learning how to drive a manual. So I was very, very scared. I don't like driving. I'm not even that mad that I'm not allowed to drive anymore because I don't enjoy it. I mean, I would say I'm very much like a passenger type of person, but even so, like I noticed over the past year or two, I started developing like really bad car sickness, which I used to have as a kid. I used to be horrible for getting sick in the car as a kid. But then as I got older, it went away, but then for some reason over the past few years, it came back like full force to the point where I can't even be in a vehicle without getting nauseous. But there are Germans with... Wait, Germany doesn't have speed limits? For real? That's wild. I guess they just kind of like trust each other? I don't know. Passenger Princess. Oh yeah. That reminds me of one of my favorite songs. By, I believe her name is Nessa Brett. Passenger Princess. It's a really nice song. Only country on earth. Yeah. It's all just German. I guess. I don't know. They probably just love their cars. I don't know a whole lot about Germany. I feel like I should. Because, what was it? I had a family member who lived in Germany for many, many years for work. I think at one point he tried to teach me German. And, eventually I was just like, yo, German language is weird and confusing as fuck. Angry Germans go vroom vroom very fast. Yeah. What was I gonna say? But yeah, Maine I've heard is quite nice. And from what I managed to see from it while going a gazillion miles an hour, it looks really nice. A very chill state. I get very chill vibes. Oh yeah, I also had gone to, I believe, an Applebee's, or maybe that was in New York. It was either New York. It might have been Maine. I don't remember. It was on my way to Chicago. Oh, maybe it was on the road trip actually. I don't remember. At some point, I had an Applebee's and I wanted to throw up after like 3 bites because it was just so heavy and rich. Oh my god. It was bacon mac and cheese, and I couldn't even get through like an 1/8 of it. Like I had like 3 bites, and I ordered iced tea, and the person I was with was like, you need to clarify that what you're looking for is sweet tea. And I was like, what do you mean? And he was like, if you order regular iced tea, that's what you're going to get. Is you're going to get cold ass tea, no sugar. And I was like, nah. And luckily, I think the waitress could smell the ignorant Canadian on me because she brought me a sweet tea. Even though I didn't manage to clarify that's what I was looking for. Yeah, I think she could tell that I had no idea what I was asking for. So shout out to that server for saving my life, because I probably would have tried that and been like, absolutely not. It's more chill than Texas, I would definitely bet. Which is where 2 of us currently live. Texas has got to be one of my least favorite states. I've never been. It's just like, it's too dang hot. It's too dang hot. You need a car to go anywhere, which I mean technically you do in Canada, but you can still kind of get by. It's too dang hot, and like just a bunch of other stuff. I mean, it's Texas, let's be honest. It's easy to tell who doesn't live here. Yeah. But what was I gonna say? Yeah, so I wanna really upgrade my PC because like, as I do more content creation, I want to say it's almost like my standards are getting higher, I guess. And not necessarily because I want to constantly be pushing myself to be better, which like I do want to be better, of course, and I do work on that. It's more just like I know what I'm capable of doing, and I just don't have the hardware necessary to do it. And so I've with the past 2 releases, Spotlight and 100, I've really found myself kind of like, of course, like I've been hyped for those releases, but I've been kind of like a little bummed out because it's like, I know I can do so much more with these, like even like the visuals I did for Villain, even that, like I knew as I was making it, I was like, I can do so much more with this. I know I can, because I've done stuff like this in the past, and I've done similar things. I know I can do more, but I'm limited by my hardware right now, and it just kind of sucks when I release something that I worked so hard on, knowing that I could have done more with that if not for just having better hardware. And so like when I released Spotlight, I was like, oh, like it's whatever, like it's about the music, right? But then I noticed by the time I released 100, I would just look at my releases and I would just kind of feel like this air of disappointment, I guess. And that's not, I don't want to feel that way about my releases, you know, because I do work very hard. And I want to give them the love that they deserve, or at least as much love as I can possibly give it. Because I hate looking at a release that's already out there. Like you can't go back. You can't go back from that, right? I hate looking at it and being like, I could have done more with this. Or like, I don't know how to word it. I don't know. So it's just, I don't feel super motivated to release new music until I can release it in the way that I want to be releasing it, I suppose. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna come with like the fancy schmanciest like lyric video, the coolest animations and stuff like that, but just something. Like it'll come with my best. I think that's what it is. That's what I'm trying to get across, is that I haven't been able to put out my best. And that's what I want to be doing. I don't want to be pushing myself to do more than that, because that's just not a realistic mentality to have. But the fact that I'm doing things and not doing them, or like putting out releases and not giving it my best, and what I know I can do, that disappoints me. That's an expectation that I have for myself. I think that's a very realistic expectation to have for oneself, is to just do your best. So yeah, I appreciate your guys' kind words. Yeah, I am still very happy with my releases. I don't know if I want to keep releasing stuff until I get to a point where I can look at a release and be like, fuck yeah, that, like, I gave it my fucking all, because I was able to, because I had the resources to do so. If that makes sense. So even though I wanted to release the free EP around springtime next year, was kind of what I was gunning for, I have a really cool plan for it that I just can't do with the resources that I have right now. And yeah, so it'll probably be a bit longer, unfortunately. And yeah, things like the RVC will also have to go on hold as well, which I'm a little disappointed about. Just because I can't balance streaming and content creation and stuff, and also train in RVC model, because I can't do anything on my computer while it's training, and it takes a very long time to even just do like a very small fraction of the training. So that I'll have to hold off on that. That's more of a passion project for myself, just because if I never manage to get my voice back, it would be nice to try and preserve it before it's gone. And like there's still so much work that needs to be done with that, because it's not even just about making a voice converter. It's like, okay, well now I need a voice to put into it, right? So like I haven't even been able to move on to phase 2 yet of that project, but all in due time. RVC, retrieval-based voice conversion, and so basically it's like a machine learning module that is like local, so you have it on your own computer and you develop and train it yourself. And this particular system, like it's based on another system, but it's heavily modified. I think like I do have GitHub. I haven't updated it. It's so outdated, but it should have on there where I got it originally from. And the original version, it's a little bit like it's mostly focused on GPU systems, like people who have GPUs, because that's sort of the expectation when you make a model, like any type of model like this. Like you should have a GPU. It's very unheard of to be using CPU only. And so I took that and I basically made a copy or a fork, and I made like I'm kind of like working on a version specifically for CPU only systems, and well, also working out a few kinks just because like the just organizing and tidying things up is all I'll say on that. Let's see here. What was that? How do I? Am I not able to fucking approve that? I thought I had modding abilities in this chat. Okay, give me one sec. Okay, apparently I can't. I will open it up on my phone then instead. But to answer your question, yeah, it is. You'll have to forgive me. I have a lot of different words that are sort of filtered. Just because, not necessarily for you guys, but it's more like new people who might join and be like nasty, I guess would be the word. So I'm just gonna open up, I should have, can we not do that? Thank you. Oh, it didn't show up in Automod on my phone because it came in later. Okay, sorry, I can't approve your message, unfortunately, because I didn't have Twitch open. Yeah, I'm very cautious when it comes to the internets and my presence on the internet. Like I think I mentioned this in a previous stream, but I have my raid settings like restricted to people that I follow only, as well as people who are subbed to the channel, but I'm not even affiliated yet, so and then yeah, because although actually I might be actually honestly no, I might just leave it. I was gonna say, like, I figured out how to block people recently on Twitch, so like I probably could change it back, but then it's like the raids, I don't know, I have a hot take on raids. It's like you don't always know who's gonna raid you and what their intentions are, but also you don't always know if their community is gonna vibe with yours. And so like as a small streamer, like I don't really like, I don't want my community to go from like a handful of people to like thousands of people when those thousands of people might not actually be a good fit for this community, you know? And so I guess like you could restrict it to like, oh, like I can't be rated if the person has more than X amount of viewers, but it's more like that might restrict me from larger creators whose audiences would mesh with my community, right? And so I like the idea of just keeping it to people that I follow, because I know them, or well, I don't know them. I don't know them, right? But like I've seen their communities, I've seen their content, and so if I follow someone on this account, it's like, okay, like I know that if they raid me, like I know that their community, or at least a large portion of it, will probably feel decently comfortable here. And vice versa, of course. But stuff like that. And then speaking of which, that I mean, I guess we can segue into the last one here, but there's a new chat rule for the channel. I kind of wanted to pull it up because I don't actually remember. Well, I'll skim over it. I'll sum it up basically, but clipping is like a really big thing, especially in the VTube space. Oh my god. Sorry, that's the boy. Hello, my child. Thank you. I love you. He's such a cutie. I love him. Yeah. He's gotten a lot better at playing independently, which is really nice. What was I gonna say? Yeah, there's a lot of clipping in the VTube space, and there's a lot of, I don't know, there's a lot of talk around clipping because some people who clip, like, they have good intentions, like they know what they're doing when they clip. They are only clipping because they just want to support the channel or like make like fan clips or whatever, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But there's a lot of clippers out there who, well, there's one type where they think that just basically taking a 30-minute chunk of a stream and then just reposting it, they think that that's a clip and not just straight up theft, like monetizing off of someone else's content, essentially, which I don't think is cool. Some people defend it. I don't think that's cool, because it's like, more often than not, that creator has, like, they post their own videos, they have their own editors, and so it's like, just taking a giant chunk like that and posting it, like, at that point you can't really make the excuse that it's free advertising. And also, not all free advertising is good. Like, let's say there's a brand out there and I want to do free advertising for them, but I didn't consult them first, and during the process of doing that free advertising, maybe I misrepresented their brand, or maybe I said or did something that wasn't in alignment with, like, the direction that the brand was trying to take at the time, and inadvertently maybe ended up doing damage to that brand. But hey, it's free advertising, right? So no, that's not cool. Like, little fan clips, that's fine. Like, that's whatever. It's like what you would do with your friends, where it's like, hey, like, check out this funny joke this streamer made, you know? I don't have a problem with that. But then there's also another type of clippers who they'll clip things and they'll edit it in a way to make a situation look different from what it actually was, which is not cool. And there's a few different ways that they do that. Is a really big thing that, like, really irks me is like, they'll use, like, clickbait in both the title and the thumbnail. So they'll say, like, oh, this VTuber made this appearance, or like, they'll put a specific VTuber's face in the thumbnail, but that VTuber wasn't present at all during that clip or even that stream, like, but then there's, you know, like, clips where they edit it in a way to misrepresent the streamer or the situation or anything like that. I don't think that's even legal, if I'm being completely honest, and I don't love it. Even if it is legal, it's very unethical, and honestly, it's pretty fucking pathetic. Like, you guys didn't hear me say that. But there are some good clippers out there, but I would definitely recommend, like, if you see a clip of someone that you like, maybe try checking out that channel that made the clip and just see, like, is this a fan account? Okay, if it's a fan account, are they representing this streamer with good faith, essentially? Or are they just trying to monetize and capitalize off of this streamer? You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. I guess I feel differently about clippers because they seem to be a lot more welcome than maybe how I feel about them, but I don't know, maybe there's something I'm missing. But I don't mind people if they want to clip, that's fine. It's just clip in good faith, you know? And even if you want to monetize, like, reach out to me. I have an email. It's on my YouTube. And I'll be updating my Twitch soon with like a bunch of info and stuff like that. And like the way I see it, like it would be essentially like I would have an editor essentially, but they just happen to own their own channel. So it's like, if you want to do that, that's fine. Like, let's work together and let's try to work out a deal that is mutually beneficial so that both of us are being compensated for the work that we're putting in, right? I'm open to that. But if you're just clipping my shit and then misrepresenting me for drama farming and then collecting all the cash from that, that's disgusting. That totally slipped out of my mouth, but honestly, it's true. I think it's disgusting. So yeah. Anyway. What else? What else have I... Yeah. So a lot of projects are kind of just on hold for now. A lot of big projects, mostly. Just until I can get a PC. And still considering ways to save up. At this point, because the holiday season is coming up, I'm gonna fucking hate this, but I don't, usually around this time of year I don't get a lot of work in my other job. Because my other job has a lot to do with things like market research. And end of year is not really the time that a lot of companies typically do market research. Like, end of year is usually when you start to see the fruition of market research or the results. You know, you do your market research, your product testing, beta testing earlier in the year. You do your marketing campaign testing earlier in the year, because usually this is release time where your products start to come out, and whatnot. So I don't get a lot of work around this time of year. But, well, not but so, what I might end up doing, because there are a lot of other jobs, like physical labor jobs, I might pick up like a temporary gig, maybe as like a server. It's usually kind of like my backup, or some other like retail Christmas job, just to make some extra cash and then I can get a PC. Because otherwise it's just gonna take me so long to save up. And I could really use money for other stuff right now as well. Like, my savings account is pretty sad, to be honest. Have you been a server before? Yeah. Yeah, I've quite a bit. So serving is, give me 1 second, I'll clear my throat again. Yeah, so serving is kind of like my backup job. So what that basically means is that, like, if I ever find myself in a pickle where I need extra cash, or if I'm in between jobs and stuff like that, I'll usually default to serving, because it's a really great way to like make some quick cash. And as a job, it's not like, as a short-term job, it's actually not the worst. Long-term, it's horrible. It destroys my body. I can't do it long-term. But like every once in a while, like say if I get slapped with like a random vet bill that I can't afford, it's like, okay, like y'all hang on to this invoice, I'll be right back, and then I'll go crank out a few shifts at a random diner over the weekend, type of thing, you know. I like having it as like a backup. I didn't like it personally when I did it. It's oh, okay, so we're opposites then. I hate dishwashing. I have tried doing it before. Mostly, okay, it really mostly just has to do with the fact that my hands are very sensitive, I guess. They dry out very easily, so dishwashing is not good for my hands. But also, I'm allergic to latex, and most of the time they only offer latex gloves at restaurants, unless I buy my own, which I mean I could do. But if I'm working in a restaurant, chances are I like really need money, and I probably can't even afford fucking $1 gloves. But what was I gonna say? But also like the plates are just so hot and also heavy, and I'm expected to like lift a lot, and I can't physically do that. When I'm serving, it's a lot easier because I'm only holding things on like a tray that is like well balanced on my arms, and I'm only holding it for like a few seconds. But with dishwashing, it's like constant. Because even when you're serving, it's like you get like a few minutes to go like take an order or make some coffee or something like that. So I can give my arms a rest between carrying heavier things. But with dishwashing, it's hot, everything's heavy, and it's just constant, and it's also so fucking loud back there. Oh my god. But as a server, it's like I get to run around, and yeah, some customers are not so nice, but I find compared to fast food, it's usually a lot nicer. Sometimes you get yelled at by the chef depending on where you're working, but I think the cool thing about restaurants is there's kind of this unspoken rule that it's really not personal. And there's this general understanding that like if a chef is screaming at you, or if you're screaming at a chef, it's like you both know that it has nothing, it's not personal, it's just it's the job. And like more often than not, they're gonna invite you to grab a drink with them afterwards. So like I don't really like washing dishes, but I prefer it to serving. That's fair. Serving can be very, very tough. I do also like the tips. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna deny that fact. It is a very great, quick way to make money. Because of the tips. Like I'll get minimum wage, but then on top of that with tips, like I end up making anywhere from like 25 to 30 an hour, and sometimes even more, depending on the shift. Wallflower to the max over here. Oh yeah, no, I'm not a people person, but for a higher tip, I'll chat your ear off. No, it's it just depends on the situation. Like, it's not that I don't like talking with people, it's that my social battery runs out very quickly, and I also just tend to have social anxiety in some situations. So I don't know. Like, yeah. Yeah, it really just depends. When it comes to like parties and stuff like that, I'm usually a wallflower. When it comes to work, I can typically be quite chatty. It's just I can't do it long term because I usually just end up using all of my mental and physical energy at work. Like if I'm working a job like that. So that's why I try to avoid jobs like that unless I absolutely need to. I don't absolutely need a PC, but I know that if I don't just sit down and grind the fuck out of some random job to get the money for it, it's gonna take me literally like years, probably. And I considered having a Throne account. For those of you like who don't know, it's like people can like buy you gifts and stuff like that, which I think is super cool because like I don't love the idea of like PO boxes, or like even if I were to like attend an in-person event, like it's not that I don't want you guys to give me gifts, it's that I don't want psychos to give me gifts, you know. And it kind of terrifies me hearing some stories of some gifts that people have received that ended up being really, really horrible. Like I don't want to risk that, unfortunately. So the thing I like about Throne is that like it's only like pre-approved websites, I believe. So like Amazon. But even Amazon can be kind of like iffy, but like no one's gonna fucking stick like like something that could hurt you in an Amazon package, because you're not technically the one physically sending it. You're just telling Amazon to send it, essentially. The few ruin it for the many, unfortunately. Yeah. And the few who are ruining it are like really fucking ruining it. Like there was one a VTuber, I believe her name was Camila, and someone apparently put like a location tracking device in a gift that they gave her. I won't speak more on that situation because I don't want to misrepresent anything. But if you guys are wanting to learn more, I would recommend like checking out the videos that I'm sure are on YouTube. But it really sucks because stuff like that happens all the time, and it's not even a recent thing either. I remember being much younger, much younger, and I heard about a content creator who went to a con and someone brought them like homemade cookies that ended up having a needle in them because that creator, I think, like supported a ship that person didn't like, and so they thought the appropriate action would be to put a needle in a cookie and then give it to them. Yeah, but just shit like that, it happens all the time. And yeah, it really sucks. But the Throne also offers like crowdfunding, but I decided against that for the PC just because the PC would be something I'm building myself, and the last thing I would want is for a bunch of people to give me a bunch of money only for me to, let's say, make a mistake and have like basically trash like an entire PC part. Like let's say the motherboard, for example. Let's say the crowdfunding includes money for the motherboard, but then as I'm putting the motherboard in, maybe something gets fucked up and I end up frying the damn thing. And now it's just like, oh, I just wasted your fucking money. Like, I would feel like the biggest asshole. So I don't want to go that route for the PC. That's not, I wouldn't feel comfortable with that. But I also just don't want to buy like a pre-build because like the more I look into it, the more I realize that pre-builds kind of suck. Like, and for the money, like you can literally build something so much better than a pre-build for less money. You just have to put it together yourself. Now, to be fair, that part terrifies me because I've never done it before, and I don't know how to put it together a PC. But I am doing a lot of research on it to make sure that I know what I'm doing when the time finally comes. But yeah, just has some assembly required. Yeah, just some assembly. It seems decently, it seems straightforward enough. It's just, I think it's one of those things where like there's a few things that could go wrong that when they do go wrong, you're kind of like boned. Yeah, and also the parts can be very expensive. So I just I'm a little nervous about handling very delicate, expensive parts. And for that reason, I would just feel more comfortable using my own finances for that. Because if I mess up a part, it's like, okay, well, that's my money down the drain, not your guys'. Oh yeah, I also put I really need new glasses. I really fucking need new glasses. Oh my god. These ones are so garbage. I mean, if you guys join tomorrow's stream, you'll see it. But these glasses are old and it shows. Like the paint is like chipping on the rims, and the right lens keeps popping out. I've been wanting to get new glasses regardless, just because these ones, when I'm using face tracking, it's not always the greatest, because sometimes the like VTube Studio will mistake the rims of my glasses for my eyebrows. or sometimes like my eyes. There's also scratches all over the front as well, so it makes it a little more difficult to check my eyes. And I'm sure like the anti-glare is probably worn off. The glasses are literally just falling apart. Yeah, for real. Actually, I just remembered another thing I want to do. I'm gonna put that towards the top. I want to find a way to get chat on screen. Apparently, I think it's called Streamlabs or something like that. I want to sit down and figure that out. I've been trying to find time to do that, and just haven't had time. This last week has been kind of rough. And my mind just hasn't been in the right place to be very productive, unfortunately. But I think this week is gonna be better. I think this week is gonna be good. I have high hopes. Okay guys, I gotta go now. It was nice chatting. Yeah, no worries. Have a good one. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. See you later. Yeah, I'm basically almost done anyway. But yeah, it was just a lot of things to go over this week, basically. I went over that. Yeah, I don't think I missed anything. Cool. The only thing left to do is try to figure. See you later. The only thing left to do is to just figure out how to raid someone, basically. I'm gonna take a second because I've been blabbing nonstop for almost an hour and a half. Honestly, though, can we talk about? Okay. Can we talk about the fact that I've been blabbing for an hour and a half? And yes, I have been coughing, but for the most part, my voice has been kind of okay. That's some real progress with your voice, honestly. Yeah! Like, I just realized that. I was like, oh yeah, I've been blabbing for an hour and a half. Like, yeah. But then I was like, oh shit, wait. I've been blabbing for an hour and a half? Holy shit! Like, yeah, a lot of improvement in like a relatively short amount of time when you think about it. And yeah, I think this new voice, I'm really happy with it. There's some tweaks I can probably do with it that I might want to do with it as I use it more. But it's been helping a lot. It's been helping a lot, and I'm really happy. The power of me nagging in chat, lol. Yeah. And also just like I've been nagging myself about it too. Like I've been working on my voice quite a bit. And there's been some days where I'm like, oh, I'll just skip my exercises. Or I'll just skip like I have some self-directed physio that I do, and some of it does include like my chest and my voice and stuff like that. And but then I'll be like, no, bitch. Get the fuck up, get going, go do it. Because you know, it's good for you, and not only will your fans appreciate it, but also you will appreciate it. So future you will thank me. Get the fuck up. Rest is for the weak. Yeah. I do like resting though. I mean, to be fair, I am very weak. But yeah, so let's figure this raid thing out. Did I forget to change the I forgot to change the fucking title of the stream. I really hope that I didn't disappoint anyone. I'm so sorry if you've been here looking for Mad Father. Oh god. I'm the worst. I'm so sorry. I totally forgot to change that. Well, good thing I remembered maybe like 2 minutes before the end of the stream. Okay, so let's see here. I've got the raid button. I just come to vibe and chat. Yeah, I appreciate that. Okay. Is anyone that I'm following live? Okay, I'm not gonna raid Ironmouth. That's is she away? Someone else. I think she's asleep. It says ASMR, but her thing shows her sleeping, and I think she's normally asleep at this time. Okay. Who else could we raid? I don't want to raid someone I don't really know that much. Or like someone whose content I haven't really watched. So yeah, it doesn't feel like anyone's really online at the moment. That's unfortunate. Oh. You know who I haven't followed yet? Oh, he doesn't. Yeah, I think some people have raids turned off. Alright. Well, we might have to raid another day, unfortunately. Hey, that's kind of rude. If we could, like, not do that, can I mod what you just said? What the fuck? Why can't I mod my own fucking chat room? Oh, I hate everything. Okay. I mean, can I just, like, fucking ban you? Oh, here we go. Now I can mod. Warn. I'm out. Yeah. Bye! Are they gone? The first time I've ever had to do that. Oh yeah, they're gone. Cool. I'm gonna nope out. I just came to vibe with you later, Ivy. Oh yeah, of course. Take care. Have a good one. I'm wrapping up now anyways. So yeah, thank you for stopping by and see you later. And actually I'm gonna wrap things up here, so to anyone else who is hanging out, I am gonna head out and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for dropping by, and I'll see you potentially tomorrow for the cooking stream.